Kind of losing your touch, ain't you, Daniel?
Well, now, what's wrong?
Well, it looks scrawny to me.
Well, are you bartering harder, or are you losing your eyes?
Daniel, ain't no fun in trading if you can't lie a little. Oh, say, I almost forgot. This come for you.
When?
Well, maybe yesterday.
Maybe 2 weeks ago?
Well, you got it, didn't you? Ain't you gonna read it?
Well, I figured if there's anything important in it, you'd tell me about it.
Daniel, you ain't suspicious that I'd read your mail.
Oh, no, it just flopped open when you were coring apples.
Now, as owner of this here tavern and trading post, I got a right to know what goes on in this fort, now, don't I? Folks lean on me for news and...
Oh, sure, it's a heavy responsibility.
Yes, it is. I'd sure hate to get my facts messed up in just one reading.
Well, as long as you're going to be jawing about it anyway, you might as well be jawing with your facts straight. It concerns a Sergeant M. Malone, who's granted a certain tract of land comprising 10 acres, being in northwestern section 12 in the township of Boonesboro in the county of Kentucky.
A land grant where?
About 5 miles west of here.
Oh, that old patch of stones. Why, you couldn't even give it back to the Shawnee.
Rum. Rum, I said. You gonna keep a soldier waiting?
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
I'm looking for your commanding officer, Daniel Boone.
Well, you're looking at him.
Sergeant Molly Malone reporting, Colonel.
Sergeant?
Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain was he. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man. He was brave, he was fearless, and as tough as a mighty oak tree. From the coonskin cap on the top of old Dan to the heel of his rawhide shoe, the rippinest, roaringest, fightingest man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for America to make all Americans free. What a Boone wanted to do and what a dream come true was he.
See them chicken scratchings? They crossed out the 50 and made it 10. Everybody else got 50 acres. But Sergeant Molly, 10, just 'cause I'm female. And me the best matros in Weber's artillery.
Mitros?
Cannon, you fool, cannon!
Well, we didn't have many of those around here, Sergeant.
What'd you use? Spit?
I guess we were lucky. If you want to see this land, I'll be glad to take you. But you're not planning on farming it alone.
I fought the British, didn't I? Well, let's get to it. I like to get Kate settled in.
Oh, is Kate your daughter?
Now, what would I want with a darn daughter? Kate's my cow.
Oh, Miss Malone, Sergeant, I believe you owe me for the rum.
The Congress will pay. I'm entitled to my ration.
Bitte, bitte, ladies, please. I fixed them all. Don't rush. Just remember which one is yours, huh? Oh, I fixed that one easy. Yeah.
This here's Kate.
Thank you.
Hey, Kate.
You there?
Oh, yes, ladies. I take care of all of you. No rush. Plenty
Hey,
of
you
time.
there.
Emma, you there. Why is it so hard for you to remember my name, huh? Herman Blödel. Maybe she don't hear so good from all that boom, huh? All right, please, what do you want? I have all these customers
I
already.
want my goods. Get up there and hand them down.
Yeah, Emma, you there. I ride over 200 miles with that woman. Oh. She has only 2 words for me, you and there. Try to talk with her. Don't smile. Don't say nothing. Only you there. This nichts.
You're still a Hessian.
I am no Hessian. I am Yankee, same as you.
Well, Herman, thank you for bringing Sergeant Malone safely to Boonesboro.
Oh, that's all right.
Ham? It was me who was on lookout for Injuns. You couldn't tell a rifle ball from bird seed.
Takes more than gunpowder and britches before you can be a man.
You're lucky I didn't have you notched in my hindsight, Tinker. Let's move, Colonel, before he shows me the whites of his eyes.
Any charge for the freight?
Good riddance. All right, ladies. Herman the Tinker's here.
Hessians never could have bought 'em. Leastways a tinker who didn't have the gumption to fight against us.
What's going on with Katie? Well, you know, Sergeant, I figured he just might have been on our side. Now, I know you fought against the British, but you have to admit you did have a little bit of help. Now, your land is still quite a ways from here.
I can still keep up with the infantry, Colonel, and I took my own pack. Come on, Kate.
Sir, Sergeant.
Getting tired, Colonel?
Oh, no, I'm just thinking about the cow.
Oh, don't you worry none about Kate.
How about you, Sergeant?
Me? I'm used to marching 20, 25 miles a day, pulling cannon, too. But I gotta allow for a colonel, you keep up good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Getting tired. She needs to stoke up.
Well, she's welcome any place around here, Sergeant. It's all your land.
My land?
Now, there's a little cabin over that ridge that goes with it. It's gonna take a little mending, but it'll do.
My land. Ain't exactly overflowing with milk and honey, is it? Well, there's one sure thing. Won't be raided by Injuns. Ain't nothing here they'd want.
Well, what is it you want?
My rights. Same as any other veteran of the war.
Well, tell me, Sergeant. Did you ever do any farming?
Farming? You poke a hole in the ground, bury some seed, and you got taters.
That's what it is.
You trying to tell me I ain't man enough?
All I'm trying to tell you is that it's not any lighter farming by yourself than it is soldiering by yourself.
Well, I ain't no marigold.
All right. I'll admit that you had me wheezing like a bellows tromping all the way over here, and I'll take your word for it that you're the greatest madross that was ever in the Continental Artillery, but tarnation, Sergeant, you haven't got your rank stitched to your hide.
We sure could have used you a cowpens, Colonel. I can hear you bellowing, charge! Be a pure pleasure storming the stockade with you, Boone. I mean it. Be a real honor.
Well, Sergeant, I'll tell you one thing you can count on. It's customary around here for the settlers that are already here to help the newcomers get settled.
They do?
You can also count on them inviting you for lodging until you do get settled in.
Well, that's real neighborly.
Yes, my wife, Rebecca, would be real proud to have you stay with us.
Your wife? You hitched up?
Well, I'm proud to say.
War sure robs a man of his powers of reasoning, don't it?
Come on, Kate.
Handle cartridge. Ram down cartridge. Prime. Take aim. Fire! Boom! Right in the front ranks, boy. I tell you, we must have wiped out 50 in one shot.
Sure beats a musket.
It sure do, boy. Now you try it.
All right. Handle cartridge! Ram down cartridge! Prime!
Israel! Time for bed.
Oh, Ma, I was just getting the hang of it.
You heard your ma, son.
Say goodnight.
Night, Pa. Night, Sergeant.
Pleasant dreams. You're gonna make a first-class soldier, boy.
I am?
Yes, sirree. That's the trick. Following orders. Your missus serves a real fine mess, Colonel. Ain't it so good since we ambushed the Redcoat kitchen wagon?
I'll have to tell her that.
That's a real smart towhead you got there.
Thank you.
He's near ready for his own musket.
Oh, there's plenty of time for that.
I figure a boy ain't really grown till he's notched at least a bear in his hindsight.
Oh, until he's been scratched by one.
Nature's way of reminding you you're on your own.
Well, Sergeant, out here, we like to think of ourselves as kind of one big family.
Family? The way I see it, having a family is like having an outpost in the middle of nowhere.
Gosh, Ma, she must have been in 100 battles.
At least.
You know, the way she tells it, you can just hear that cannonball whistling.
I'm sure glad we had her on our side.
She's one of the bravest men I ever met.
One of the scaredest women.
Huh?
Good night, son.
Well, sir, after marching 27 miles in snow up to our gizzards, we stumbled on them, drunker than a tribe of Mohawks on sour mash.
Daniel, Miss Molly's had a long, hard trip. Don't you think you might be tiring her?
Oh, me tired? Me and the Colonel's just been swapping yarns. Well, I ain't half started.
I'll fix your bed anyway.
Thank you.
Well, I could use the rest. You're going to have a hard day tomorrow.
I think I'll just sit here a while and do me some musing.
Well, about your land?
Nope. About how some officers sure give up easy once they get hitched.
Good night. What do you think of her?
A man or a woman?
As a person.
She's still fighting the war, Dan.
It was a big slice of her life.
That is her life. Just looking for somebody to share it with.
You know something? She just might snag a husband in Boonesboro.
Be a mighty lucky man. Isn't every groom that gets a cannon with his dowry?
He's a sharpshooter, too.
I'm beginning to think it might have been a heap smarter if I'd taught myself to fire artillery rather than churn butter.
Beck, if I didn't know you better, I'd say... I'm not even going to say it.
Why, you have to admit you enjoyed reminiscing with her.
Well, like a couple of soldiers passing the time.
Dad, she may be wearing a uniform, but she's still a woman.
Well, Becky, she's going to have a hard enough time as it is without giving her trouble that she hadn't reckoned on.
Well, that's what I mean, Dad. How's she gonna farm it alone?
Well, she won't be exactly alone. Be less than neighborly if I didn't give her a hand clearing the stumps.
And trimming the logs and chinking and...
Well, you don't expect me just to stand there and let her do it alone. She's a woman.
A minute ago, she was a sergeant in Weber's artillery. 10 minutes before that, you were fighting the Battle of Bunker Hill. Together.
Keep those cuts straight.
Yes, sir.
Now, don't tell me you measured that. You're more than a foot off. You call that chinking?
What's wrong with it?
It's plumb full of leaks. That's what's wrong with it.
Look, I've been chinking cabins ever since I came to Boonesboro.
Maybe you ought to learn a new trade, boy. Sergeant Molly?
What do you want, Kate?
Bring her over here, son.
Does she look all right to you?
Kate?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, how's she supposed to look?
I'm not claiming to be any expert about cows, but she does look a little poorly to me.
If this weren't my cow, I'd say she was going to be light in June.
Light.
Cow, boy. Ain't your ma told you nothing about pollination? Genesis?
Oh, you mean from the good book?
Well, it started around then. Now, you pay close attention, boy.
Where you fellas heading? Looks to me like we got an hour of sunlight left.
Sure think of better things to do with it.
Ain't nothing we can do is right.
That's right, Daniel. We're quitting.
Yeah.
I admit she doesn't exactly scratch your back, but is she all that bad?
You don't have to take her sass.
She ain't the only one that fought them redcoats.
Yeah, look, she's got her house. Let her live in it. Come on.
We're sorry, Daniel.
Hey! Where are you going?
Well, it looks to me like you just lost your company, Sergeant.
I knew they'd turn tail for a sign of fire. Laziest louts I ever drilled. You call that chinking? Wouldn't surprise me none if the whole place blowed away.
Well, don't you think those men know what they're doing? How do you figure Boonesboro got itself
It's a
built?
wonder it's still standing.
Molly, these people are your neighbors, and they've taken time off from their own chores to help you with yours.
I ain't no female going around curtsying to every male critter that passes through. But they expect me to do lick their boots?
Well, would it have humbled you too much just to say thanks?
It don't come easy to me, Colonel. Never did. Sometimes it comes near to spilling out, but it catches in my throat and I swallow it.
I'm going to try to tell you another way, Molly. All those folks out there, they've got pride. They don't expect charity. They don't ask for it, and they don't get it. And when they need help, it's given, and they give it back. Now, you're going to need a lot of help farming this land.
I got all the help I need with you and your young'un.
Well, maybe I'm not going to be around all that much.
Nah, you ain't about to let down a veteran of the Continental Army.
Guess what, Pa? Kate's gonna be a mama. Ain't that right, Sergeant Molly?
Here's so, boy.
Well, that's one thing she didn't do all by herself.
I'm finished, Mrs.
Oh, I've got some more. Just a second. Be right back. Mr. Bloodell?
Hey, Blood. Just call me Herman.
Herman. Oh, my, you work so fast.
It's not good, my work?
Oh, no, it's just I've given you so much to mend. You've done it already.
Oh, well, it's no good to stay in one place too long. Sometimes I like it. I don't want to leave. It's good dirt, huh? Smells sweet. Lots of rain, huh?
You ask questions like a farmer.
Me? My father may be in the old country, but no. I have good nose for dirt, though. I travel from place to place, and I fix the pots. I see the country.
Sounds lonely.
No, I have Wolfgang. He's a very good listener. I talk and he listens. Sometimes I yodel. And he has, wie sagt man, he has a good ear for music.
Mr. Bloedel, have you ever thought of getting married?
You what?
Why not? Herman loves Kentucky, and he's through tinkering, and Molly's got the farm, and Herman's got the hands. It's a perfect match.
Rebecca, this may come as a surprise to you, but they've met, and they can't abide one another.
Well, maybe that's exactly what they need. As I recall, Mr. Boone, we met under similar circumstances.
Maybe I ought to go up there and talk to her first.
I think it's a waste of time here, Boone.
There's no harm trying. Molly? Molly? She's not here.
Maybe we go, huh?
No, you stay put. She might be around back by the brook.
Yeah. I still think it's a waste of time.
Hi there, Sergeant.
Top of the morning to you, Colonel.
You're looking mighty rosy and fit.
I feel as skittery as a gun-shy drummer. Let's get on to the cabin. I'll pour you a mug of rum.
Well, can we have a little talk?
Now, you here again to tell me I can't run this place alone.
Well, Sergeant, any man would find it
You
difficult.
think because of this leg I can't tote my own water?
Well, I didn't say that, but that's not a bad argument.
Well, I don't aim to jig on it.
Found a farmhand for you.
You what?
Yeah, sure did. I've got you a hired hand. You can call him a recruit if you want, but he's still going to be working for you.
Even if I don't want him?
Well, you're going to have to want him.
This my property or ain't it?
Well, yes, it's your property, but you don't have the right to go around endangering yourself. The settlement council has enacted an ordinance against it.
What ordinance you talking about?
The safety of every settler is the responsibility of the council.
And who's on this here council?
I'm it.
I figured that.
Now, hold on, Molly. Apart from this farm, there's foraging Indians and wild animals. Now, any woman alone.
I ain't any woman. I'm a sergeant.
Well, I'm a colonel. And now, Sergeant, I order you to hire a man.
And I thought we fit the war for independence. What's he doing here? You asking me to hire a Hessian?
I told you it was a waste of time here, Boone.
Now, you're taking Mr. Bladell.
Blödel.
He's the only one in the settlement willing to hire on, and we can't spare any men to come out here and protect you. Molly, it's the only choice you've got.
What you there willing to work for?
Well, now, we can work that out.
I do all the work. I clear the trees, I plow the fields, I plant the crops, I even fix your house for you, yes?
What do I do?
Reap the harvest.
What's that gonna cost me?
1 acre of ground.
What?
I don't want wages. I only want my own little piece of land.
He don't want to work for me. He wants to be a partner. Well, I don't need any.
Well, you can't farm all your land anyway.
No.
1 acre.
You ain't getting choice.
I take what you don't want, but I get 1 little piece of land.
Now, that's fair, Molly.
Can you shoot?
Shoot?
Use a gun. Kill!
I'm sorry, I don't have that skill.
So you protecting me or me him? And another thing, where's you there stand?
Oh, don't worry, I sleep in the wagon.
Well, better be awful ways. I don't want that pot and pan jangling bothering Kate.
Well, then is it a bargain?
You got your bargain.
You just got yourself a piece of cane tuck, Mr. Bladell.
Howdy.
Oh, Wolfgang. Oh. Well, howdy.
My name's Israel Boone.
Israel, he who striveth with God, huh? You must be Daniel Boone's son, huh?
And you're Herman the Tinker.
No more. Now I'm Herman the farmer.
I don't see no farm.
Oh, don't you remember it took the Lord 6 whole days to make the whole world?
I guess he had more to work with.
Look, think with your imagination now. Over here, we plant corn, tall, huh? And over here, an orchard with peaches and apples.
My mouth is watering already.
Mine too. But you know, right now, I settle for just a nice cold drink of water.
I'll go fetch it.
No. Wolfgang, we're gonna get some water.
Sergeant Molly, I need a pail.
What for?
I gotta fetch the Tinker a drink from the creek.
The Hessian?
I kind of like him. Pa says you can always tell a man by what's written in his face.
Well, all I can say is what's written on it ain't worth reading. There's your pail.
Thank you.
All right, Kate.
Here, let me. Your leg?
You don't have to remind me. I got a Hessian rifle ball and I need to do that.
But very soon you don't have to walk so far for the water, huh? Be right by your front door.
And Christmas in July and daisies in the window box.
Show her.
Seems you could pay more mind to trading than them chicken scratchings in your book.
Well, I ain't seen you around here in a while, Sergeant.
I ain't been around. Give me a mug of rum.
Mug of rum. Speaking of chicken scratchings, it seems we have a little account to settle up.
You think you got a poor veteran in your clutches, don't you?
Well, I'll tell you the particulars right here. Let's see. Now, 1 plowshare, harness, butter churn, cookware, gunpowder, rum, traps,
You leave
flour,
anything
cheese
out?
press. Well, it seems to me you got about everything else except dress goods. Perhaps the matros from Weber's Artillery would care for a swath of gingham?
You funning with me, mister?
I've got some flour. It's fresh from the mill.
Give me a bag.
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Was? nose.
Tinker.
Oh. No. Look, it's flagging. Schöne Blumen, Fräulein. Mein Name ist Judea. Hermann Blödel. Was ist los?
Settle down. It's only Kate.
Bob. Oh. Hills there. Not so high as in my Bavaria. Have I, good nose for dirt?
Okay.
This is your cabin.
Yep.
This is your bed.
Yep.
Oh, I don't understand.
Ain't nothing for you to understand, Herman.
Herman? You call me Herman?
Now, what else would I be calling you? Unless you've been lying to me about your name.
Yeah, what? Oh.
You stomped on a bear trap. I drug you in, put on a poultice, and then when my back was turned, you bolted out and shot yourself a painter.
Painter?
I got the hide outside to prove it. You sure you never toted musket for von Kniphausen's brigade?
I'm not sure of anything.
Anyway, your fever's gone.
You took care of me?
Someone had to.
Look, I am full with gratitude.
It weren't nothing.
Nothing. You dragged me here by yourself. You put me in your own bed. You still say it's nothing?
Any fool that'd step on a bear trap.
You undress me.
Sure. Don't you think I've seen recruits' skin before? You forgetting I'm a sergeant?
I don't forget that you're a woman, Sergeant Molly.
You better get something inside of it.
And a good woman.
You talk like the fever's still addling your brain.
Well, I know what I am speaking. It's not the fever.
You gonna eat something or ain't you?
Why is it so hard for you to accept a simple thank you?
I didn't ask for it.
Sometimes a man can give something for nothing. Is that so bad?
You gonna eat or ain't you?
I've been working here now for a long time. I chop the trees. I plant the crops. I even dig a well. All that time we say nothing to each other, not one word. Just now, you call me Herman. First time. My heart is so full, I cannot speak. Don't you know what I want, Molly?
Whatever it is, I can't give it to you, Tinker.
Please, try. Finally, you call me by name. It's a good beginning, no?
I got to look to Kate. You look as bad as I feel. I'll teach you to go fooling around with bulls. Where do you think you're going?
I'm fine.
You shot that painter clean through the neck.
I did.
With one shot.
Was I not so big a man when I clear and prepare the fields, huh? When I dig the well? Do I have to stand up to a wild animal before you know who is it, Herman Blurden?
Sergeant Molly Malone. I'm afraid the Colonel isn't here.
It ain't the Colonel I'm calling on. You mind if I come in and talk a while?
I'd be pleasured.
Don't feel like no barracks, do it? It's real homey.
Why don't you sit down, Molly, and I'll put the boiling water on.
I ain't good at woman talk or much of a tea drinker.
You know, I'm not either.
You mind if I stand saying this?
Of course not.
I ain't gonna come easy, and knowing me, it ain't liable to come out right. You think I ain't on to why the Tinker's roosting on my property? The two of you hatched it again me. You want to tell me that ain't so?
It is so. I'll own up to it.
Why'd you do it to me?
You were two lonely people who needed each other. Now, was that so wrong of me?
Who asked you to? I had my lamb, my pension, and my memories. You had to bring a Tinker into my life.
Molly, you're in love with him.
With a Hessian. I'm a traitor to my own country. But what good'll it do? I couldn't hold a man if I caught him in a bear trap. Which I did.
Molly, you're a handsome woman, no matter how hard you try to hide it.
Don't fun with me, Miss Boone.
Fun with you? Do you know what it takes for a woman to admit that she's afraid of losing her man? I was jealous of you, Molly.
Jealous of me? You mean the colonel?
He was feeling left out.
Why, we just had musketry and tactics to talk about.
I wasn't jealous of a soldier, Molly. It was a woman.
A real pretty thing like you, jealous of a rusty, broken down old cannonball like me?
You think I'd bother with matchmaking if I wasn't? Look, I want you to look at yourself. Now, do you think Herman fell in love with your patch of ground or with your war record? Molly, look. If we pour some vinegar through your hair and you brush it in the sun, it'll shine up real nice. And it's amazing what a pinch of flour do for a shiny nose.
Seems like Cincinnati's selling all the makings of sin right in his own tavern.
Just like Paris, France.
Another jug, please.
Sure you haven't had enough?
I want to be drunk, and then I will have enough.
Appears to me you're there already.
Oh, Herr Boone. Would you like to drink with me?
No, thanks, Herman.
Yankee Doodle came to town, came to town, came to town. Yankee Doodle came to town riding a horse.
That a Hessian tune you're piping?
Hessian? What is the matter with you? You don't recognize it? That's an American tune.
Well, the way you're carrying that tune, lad, you're liable to wrench your back.
Oh. What is wrong with me, Herr Boone?
Wrong?
Well, what can I do to prove to her that I am a man, even though I come from the old country, you know?
Well, it's not you, Herman. It's Molly.
Oh, she's a fine woman, a good woman.
You know, it just might be that you're trying to get her to lean on you a wee mite too fast.
What is a man for?
Well, Molly Malone still thinks of herself as a sergeant in the Continental Army. She's just not apt to surrender without a fight.
Don't bet. If that's what I have to do to prove to her that I am a man, I fight her.
Who is it?
Herman, the Hessian. Opens the door, I break it down.
You drunk or something?
Open up the door.
You know there ain't no lock on that door, you dang fool. I can still smell the rum on you.
Why not? I brought it with me.
You could be shot barging in on a woman like you done.
Woman. You're a man the same like me. Maybe better. I demand that you give me satisfaction for my honor. We fight a duel.
A duel?
Muskets at 20 paces.
You can't see 20 paces.
Then I die.
If you think I'm gonna blow your head off.
Why not? I'm a Hessian, no? I'm your enemy, ain't I?
Go on home, Herman.
No.
I know what I am. I don't need you to remind me. Go on home.
I don't know what I am. I used to think a man is a man because he plowed a field or he digs a well. But maybe here in Kentucky is different. I want to know that Herman Blödel is not afraid to die. I want to be so good a man as you, Sergeant. So fight me!
You're a better man than me, Herman.
Cry.
A woman's got a right to blubber once, don't she?
Every right, Liebchen. Every right.
That ain't no painter this time. Seems like Kate's about ready to calve.
Oh, come, I help you.
No. No. This is woman's work.
Another one, huh, Molly?
With all them guests to feed.
Well,
You sure made a nice spread of your property, Mrs. Blowdell.
Brutal. I had a little help.
Yeah, you sure did. Well, I'm going to go over here to have some of this cake.
Boone, Mrs. Boone, have you tried any of Molly's cake? Huh? It's delicious.
Kuchen
Ja, Kuchen. Und cheese?
und cheese.
Oh, Molly, you are the one. Excuse us, please. Huh? We go take care of our guests, huh?
You know, it's hard to believe that she was once the greatest madross in Weber's artillery. And I hear she's even given up rum and tobacco. How did you get her to give up her uniform?
I reckon there's a woman behind every soldier, Colonel.